Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to my students all over the world. Hope that this lecture will find you in best of your health and best of your studies as well. In fact, I was very much busy uh, for the past few days, uh, but I am free now, and now I'll be joining you very regularly. So don't be worried about that. Where is Mr. Tanveer has gone? So we were doing some exercise 2.8. In fact, we have not started it yet, but we have studied the laws of the powers and indices. So we are going to apply the laws of power and indices in this exercise, and the exercise which we have skipped, and that is exercise 2.7. So let's start with exercise question number 1, part A. It says simplify. Now what we have to simplify is 3 square multiplied 3, 6. As you know that when bases are same and which are being multiplied together, we have only what we have to do is we have to put a plus sign in between the two powers or indices. So what will happen over here, that 2 plus 6 will become 8, and we'll write it. How will write it? Write it like this. If you want to go in detail, you can write it like this or straight like this. So this is your required answer. Very interesting part, and that is 8 square into 8, 8 square into 80. So my dear students, what I told you, that whatsoever raised to power 0 is 1. I have told you the general formula that n raised to power is equal to 1. N raised to power 0 is equal to 1. No matter how much large the n is. So 8 raised to power 0 is 1. So it will become 8 square multiplied by 1 is equal. If you want to have a detail, it will be like this, and the final answer will be this. I'm just skipping some parts. You can do it by yourself because these are very easy and need not to be done over here. That part I is 3x4 multiplied by 2x cube. 2x cube. Now, dear students, what you have to do is first you have to look for the coefficients. What are the coefficients over here? So here the coefficient is 3. Here the coefficient is 2. So 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. This will be your first step. Now second step will be the basis of the variables. Now the basis of the variable are x in both the cases. So you just have to add the powers together. So it will become x7. 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. 3 multiplied 2 or 3 times 2 is 6. 5x cube multiplied 3. Now just like this, where we have multiplied the coefficient together, we can also multiply a coefficient with a constant. So no harm in doing like this. 15, and it is all alone, and it will become x cube. So let's proceed to question number 2 quickly. In question number 1, you have noticed that we have used the first law of multiplication of the bases and the addition of the powers, and that was the law of the first law was multiplying the same base number with different indices. Multiplying the same base number with different indices. That was the first law of, and which we have applied it on the first question. Now second question is dividing the same base number with different indices or same indices whatsoever the case may be. Now we will be doing question number 2 part A. Now it is 2 part A. It is 6x6 divided by x4. Now it is very easy again. Uh, we have to write it like this, or you can even write it like this, multiplied by 1 upon x4. Because when division sign is changed into multiplication sign, its reciprocal is written over here. So what will happen over here, that x6 minus 4. Now these bases are the same with different indices. What we do, we subtract the indices from each other. So what will happen over here, that what is uh, now what is the outcome of this x square, or you can simply cancel if you are very smart enough. So you can cancel 4 powers with the 4 powers of this x. Now 4 powers have been cancelled with the 4 powers. So what have become? Let me do it in detail. X multiplied x multiplied x multiplied x multiplied x multiplied x. 1 2 3 4 5 6 6, and x multiplied x multiplied x multiplied x. Now what will happen? You keep on cancelling. This is in detail. You don't have to write. So what we have come up with is x square only. So it is very easy. Nothing to worry about. Part G. Part G is 6x5. 6x5 divided by 2x cube. 2x cube. Now first we go to the cancelling effect of the coefficient 2 3 times 6. 2 3 times 6, and what I told you here, that cancel the 4 powers power 4 powers with the 4 out of 6 powers of this. Now you can cancel 3 powers and 3 out of 5 powers, and what is will remain here, 2. So it will become 3x square. And if you want to show the detail, you can show it also like this. Now 2 has already been solved. Now it has become 3x5 minus 3. So it will become 3x square. Question number 2, part K, and that is 15x cube divided by 15x cube divided by 5x cube. Very, very simple question. Cancel the coefficients. 5 3 times 15, not 5 times. 5 3 times 15, and now you see that here it is 3, here it is 3. The all the 3 powers will cancel all the 3 powers with this. So nothing has been remained over here. Like this, x3 minus 3 is equal to x0, and x0 is equal to 1. So what remained from this side is 1 only, and the answer will be 3 multiplied by 1 is equal to 3. Part n. Part n is 16x square y square. 16x square y square divided by 4xy. Again, very simple. 4 times 4 is 16. X goes with this, Y goes with this. So what will become 4xy? Notice over here what is happening over here. Now x square minus 1 and similarly y square minus 1. So x2 minus 1 is x, y2 minus 1 is y. The answer is 4xy. And similarly, part O, last part of question number 2 is 12x square y, 12xy square, in fact, divided by 12xy square. So, cancel the coefficients first, variable second, and the second variable, it will become 1. See, notice here that here it is 1, here it is 1, here it is square, here it is square. What will happen as in here? It will become x minus 1 and y square minus 2. 1 minus 1, 0, and y2 minus 0. So it will become, all will become 1, and it is already 1. So it is, the final outcome is 1 over here. Question number 3. Question number 3, exercise 2.8, and we'll be doing part. Now this, the law is raising the power. You know that when the case is like this, x square, and it is again, now you see that this is x square which is enclosed within the brackets, and this is the square which is outside the bracket. This power is outside the bracket, this power is inside the bracket. In fact, what does it mean? It means that there are x multiplied by x, and now this power also applies to this x and this x. If I just open it, it will become x square and x square, which are being multiplied. So what will happen over here? X plus, because the bases are same, now from here it becomes the first law. X square plus 2 will become x4. Now simply what we do, we just multiply the two powers together. The two powers together. When the case is like this, we multiply the two powers together. It will become x4. Any more questions from this? Part F, this was part A, part F, and part F is 3x square y square, 3x square y square. Now it is whole raised to power square. Now see students that each of the element which is enclosed in the bracket is raised to power which is square. Now first of all we have to apply this power to 3, and 3 square is, if I open it like this, it will be like this, something like this. It will be something like this: 3 square x square with this square also, x square square and y square square. So, or you can write it like this. So what will happen? Let me do it direct. Now 3 square is 9. X, now you have to multiply the powers. 4 x 4 and y again 4. multiply the powers together. X 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 2 is 4 again. Only the change you see is we have squared the number 3 because of this. Part G. Now part G, what does it says that x power 4 raised to power 0. Now multiply this 4 with power 0, it will become x0. 4 times 0, 4 times 0 is 0. So x0 is 1. Part L, question number 3, part L, and that is 4xy square, 4xy square raised to whole power of 2 square. So first of all, just solve this 4. 4 raised to power square is 16. 4 raised to power is 16. X raised to power 2 and y again 2 multiplied 2 is 4. Very simple question. In fact, there are very simple questions. Uh, we don't have to like n. N is how much simple you see that x, y, 6 and raised to power 4. Yes, 4. Now, but this is part n, okay? Part n. So, x raised to power 4 will like written like this, and y 6 multiplied by 4. 6 multiplied by 4 is y24. And last part of this question is O. O is x square divided by y. X square divided by y. Now, anything raised to power 0 is 1. Need not to simplify. Need not to simplify. So just go to 1. Now this whole is raised to power 0. So the answer is 1. Let me proceed to question number 4, which is the last question. Question number 4. Use appropriate laws of indices to simplify the expressions. Use appropriate laws to simplify. Okay. Now part A of this is 2x square 3x cube 2x square multiplied 3x cube and multiplied again 2x. It will be convenient if I write the multiplication sign with another color. Now you will find it more easy. Now you see, dear students, that there are coefficients, there are bases or variables which are the same basis. First of all, what we will do, we'll multiply the coefficients together. 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12. And what about this? Now you can do it like this if you want to show the detail. X square plus 3 plus 1. Okay, this is when you want to show the detail. Otherwise, there is no need to describe it like this. Okay, now what will happen over here? x 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6. The final answer will be 12x raised to power 6. Part B, we have come up with two variables now. 4 multiplied by 2x 3x square, 2x 3x square and y. Now you see we have come up with two variables. Again signs with different color. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8, 8 multiplied by 3 is 24. No, there is no difficulty in multiplying 4 multiplied by 2, 8, 8 multiplied by 3 is 24. Now you see that here we have x over here we have x over here. So this x and this x, the bases are same, the powers will be added. Now here the power is 1, here the power is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, and the y will be written as it is because it is all alone. Part D. Part D is x here. Now there are, you see that raising the power. Now it is has started from raising the power, which is divided by 4x square. So let me do it over here. First we'll solve this, or let like this. 2 multiplied by 2. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Multiplied, the sign will change in multiplication and it will become 1 4x square. Since it is multiplication over here, you can cut these two powers with these two powers, or if you want to show the detail, it will become 4 minus 2, so it will become divided by 4, it will become x square divided by 4. Part E, it is interesting part. X 11x cube multiplied by 4a square, 4a square b, and this is raised to power square again. Yes, here it is multiplication sign. So leave this part, start from here, because there is a question over here which is raising to power, powers which are raising to powers again. So start from this, write a multiplication sign 4. Now you see that this 4 is not affected by this 2 because it is outside the bracket. This is outside the bracket. So this power is not for the 4 over here. So a 4, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, and b 4, b square. The 4 remains as it is. Now what will happen over here? It will become 11 times 4 is 44. Now x cube a4b square will be the answer, because we cannot multiply, or the bases are not same anywhere. X is another base, a is another base, b is another base. So in multiplication this will be written like this all together. So the bases are not same anywhere. So it will be the only thing which is multiplied is 11 multiplied by 4, or We have seen the law over here, which is raising to the power, which is done over here. Part I. Part I is 7x square y square. 7x square y square divided by x cube y, which is whole raised to power square. So leave this portion, start from here, or you can simultaneously do it like this, multiplied by, bring it down, multiply 3 with 2, it will become x6 and by 2. Now you see, students, that in previous question, what we do, what we did was that we took denominator into the numerator, because by chance the in our previous cases, the power of the denominator was lesser than the power of the denominator. Now there is inverse over here, that the power of numerator is less than the power of denominator. So what will happen over here? Now this will be cancelled with this. Now we have left with 7x square divided by x6. Now you can just shift this x into denominator. 7x6 minus 2. The fact is the same as we did it in our previous questions, like this. If it was like this, x6 divided by x2, it was x6 minus 2 and it was x4. Now it is the reverse of process. We have taken denominator's power to the we have taken numerator's power to the denominator power. So what will happen over here? It will become 7x4. Or yes, it can also be written like this if you want to, 7x square minus 6, or it will be written as 7x minus 4. Now this is negative indices, which will be studied in our next exercise, coming up in the next exercise. Part J, 4x square 4x square multiplied by divided by, simply multiply this. 12, 4 multiplied 3 is 12, and what about these? We'll add the powers, because the bases are same. We'll add the powers. Now this power is 2, this power is 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4 will be x6, and now 6x4. Simply do it like this with 2. As I told you, 6 minus 4 is 2. 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4. So it will become like this, x square. So I have just done with the shortcut method, 2x square. L. Part L is x8 multiplied by xy square 4, xy square raised to power 4, which is divided by 2x square raised to power 4. Interesting question. Very much interesting question. In fact, very much interesting question. And I am going to do it over here to avoid any. So start from here. X, it is 8. Now this is power of power, raising the power. Okay. You see, it will become, this is sign of multiplication. We can ignore this sign of multiplication. X power 4 is 4. Y 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. It will become 8. Okay. Now again, it is power of power. 2 is also being applied with this power 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2 times 4, 4 times 2, 2 times 4, 4 times 8, 16. Or it will become 16 x 8. Now simply this 8 will cancel this. The answer will become x 4 by 8 divided by 16. Part N. Part N is 4x square multiplied by 2x cube, which is divided by, now this is divided by 2x raised to power 0. Now it is the easiest question in this exercise. Now this whole thing is raised to power 0. This whole thing is raised to power 0. So it will become, now it is divided by 1. In fact, it is divided by 1. The rest is 4 multiplied by 8. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. And x square and the same basis with different. So it will become 5. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Divided by 1 means that the answer is like this, divided by 1. Okay. So you need not to write this. Okay. This is for your explanation only. Last part of this exercise is O and 4x square y cube raised to power 2, which is divided by 2xy raised to power 3. Now dear students, 4, first of all, the coefficient 4 is squared with 16. 4, 2 times 2 is 4, y. 3 times 2 is 6, and here again 2 is being cubed. 2 cube is 8, y, x is cubed, and y is again cubed. Okay, now it will be cancelled with this. Now these 3 will be cancelled with, only x will remain over here, and this 3 will cancel with this 3. Now 3 out of 3 is 3. So it will become like this, 2xy cube divided by nothing. It is like this, 2xy cube. The lecture has been extended to some minutes. I'll try to cut it short in my video. We'll be studying negative indices in our next chapter. So it's time to say you goodbye. Allah Hafiz.